Welcome to Ultimate Fight Clan. Today I've got Peter with me. Peter! Yes, respects. Very nice to see you.
Very nice to see you again.
Yeah, brilliant. And thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Been meaning to do it for a while. So thanks very much.
Come on for a while too.
First
Sorry, I might be a little bit nervous.
Oh, there's no need to be nervous. It's only me. No need for nerves, but that's all right. Don't worry about that. You'll end up forgetting that the camera's even there. First thing I'm going to talk about is your background. You've got two posters there. I'm going to use it as a little quiz. Hang on, let me just shut this down so that it don't keep beeping. Get rid of that. I'm going to use it as a little quiz for everyone. If anyone can name those two posters, do it now because I'm about to name them. And luckily, he's put two posters in the background that I actually can name. Magnificent Butcher and The Prodigal Son. So
my two favourite films.
Ah, they are your two favourite films, yeah?
Both of them.
Funny you should say that because someone sent a comment the other day and they said, and it was really nice because, I mean, you're obviously always nice and supportive and you always send me comments and everything, and I appreciate that. I'll say thanks for that now. You're a very, very kind and supportive guy. Always have been from day one before I'd even met you, so I appreciate that, Peter. Thanks very much for that.
No problem.
Oh, good. Right. Well, see, the thing is, though, this person said, oh, I like watching your videos. That was a very nice thing for him to say for someone I believe I don't know, that's a stranger. And they said, be nice if you did something like a top 10 of your films that you like. Now, I don't like doing that. I'm going to tell you why I don't like doing it. I don't like doing it because there's just too many things to take into consideration, whether it be a traditional, a modern day one, you know, the era that it was made, 80s, 90s, or whatever. There's too many things taken into consideration for me that I go, I can't really do a top because then I'd be saying, I mean, I do have in my head what I think my favorites are, but there's also, you can only do it on ones that you've seen. That's obvious. I don't really like it because then it's too set in stone. It's not set in stone, you know, obviously you can change it, but I think, no, I'll do a vid on films that I like, that I really like, and I think people should see. I don't really like doing a top list because, I don't know, I just think it's going to vary too much. I do think I know what my top sort of 2 and 3 are, and I'm happy to say them, but you've gone straight in and gone, these are my two favourite films.
And sometimes they change from 1 to 2.
Okay, but it tends to always be these two.
Yes, these two, definitely.
100%. Well, let's stick on it then. Let's stick on it while we're here, and we'll use this as a flow. Why are these two? I mean, they're two Sammo Hung films, and they're two traditional Kung Fu films. Why these two? And if you like, you can pick one first and then go with the other, but why these two out of all the films you've seen?
Firstly, because I see them at late night in the 80s.
Right.
You know, like, oh, what's up? Yeah, first because I saw them in late night. I even saw Prodigal Son on BBC. Is it 2? Like a few years after I saw them at late night.
Okay.
In the 80s. Maybe it might have been the late 80s. I'm not sure, but it was the first time it came on terrestrial TV.
See, now I don't remember that. I do remember a lot of films coming on. They had seasons, didn't they? Particularly, I remember Channel 4 doing a season, but maybe when you're talking about Channel 4 may not have even existed at that time. But I can't remember seeing Prodigal Son on there. For me, you know, but I'm, you know, maybe I'm a bit younger, even if I don't look it.
No, definitely. I remember the Channel 4 season because I think they showed Wheels on Mills.
You know, I don't remember seeing Wheels on Mills. Not that it wasn't shown. I'm just saying I don't remember seeing that one. I remember at the time I was watching them, it was Chinese Ghost Story is the one that really stands out because that's the first time I'd seen, you know, a traditional film like that. But there was quite a few others.
There was the other one with Sammo Hung and Yun Bio. What was it called? I've got the film, but I can't remember it.
Maybe give me some clues. What happens in it or something?
Supernatural.
Okay.
Supernatural. Oh,
it's coming back.
The mountains.
What's it called?
It's in the mountains.
Oh, Zoo Warriors from the Magic Mountain.
That came on TV. Definitely, that was 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think so. I remember that one. Yeah. Troy Hart.
Cancer.
Yes. Yes, I remember that being on. Yeah.
I think when I saw that was had subtitles with Prodigal Son had subtitles. What else came on there?
Wonder what those prints were like. Remember them being good qual? I mean, they would have been. See, the thing is, right? A lot of those things would have been good qual because they were broadcasted.
Yeah.
If it was about you back then, it was about people. Some people won't know this, Peter, depending on the audience that's watching. But back then, it was about your qual, the aerial, and your setup and stuff like that. So I've got vids that I've recorded from back then, and they're all ghosting and all sorts. But they would have been me qual. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Snow. Yeah.
In fact, I've got a friend. He had like you know, like back in the day, VHS. He had a suitcase full of films.
Okay.
And I keep asking him, what did you do with him? And recently he told me like his nephews recorded over there.
I mean, look, such is life and all that, but they're such a shame, isn't it? You know, we'd love to go through them now, right?
I would, because he had like a whole heap of you know, like, you know, the way I like films anyway, with the subtitles and the tiny subtitles in English, hard coded.
Yeah,
he had a whole heap of those ones.
Ah, well, we can't go there, mate, because they're gone. They're gone. Why give them to the nephew? My uncle gave me a videotape, right, because he thought I'd appreciate it, knowing that he'd seen me and my bro watching it over and over and over again. I've still got it. I ain't recorded over it. I've treasured it. Is he giving him to a nephew who's going to record over him? Record over him with what? There's nothing better than the Kung Fu's.
No, there's nothing better than that, yeah. But I sort of regret myself. I got rid of a whole heap of VHS, which was a mistake.
I've done it as well. Not that bad, actually. Not as bad as like just getting rid of my VHS. Obviously, I kept absolutely loads of them. But before I did a channel, or I had any inkling to even do a channel, there was a point where I decided that I'm going to have to do something about the stuff I've got, because it's just too much and too heavy. VHS is heavy. So I had to look at the stuff that weighed a lot, because honestly, there was cracks in the ceiling from the loft. No joke, right? It had to actually, there was beams up there that had to get replaced. This is real, right? So it was definitely collapsing for sure. And I thought, well, I've got to do something about it. Now, there's some I got rid of. I did always run it by my bro. I said to my bro, look, you know, I've got to do something. Vids are going to be on the chopping block. So first thing I did is obviously try to back them all up. But there was ones that I didn't have to do that with. So there was ones I said, I'm never getting rid of them. I'll keep those. But then some of the tapes that were just tapes, I thought, let me see what's on them. And for example, there was a really bad copy of Dragons Forever. And it was terrible. It was a cinema job. It was shaking all over the place like this. And it had about 5, 6, 7 burnt in different subs, whether it be Thai, Malaysian. It was bad. Even the language wasn't, I mean, I don't remember what the language was now, but, you know, it wasn't Cantonese or Mandarin. It was something else, right, which I didn't recognize. And when I played that, I went, okay, well, look, I don't need this. This has now come out on Blu-ray. They've just released it on 4K. This is not needed. So it got dashed. Now, I totally regret it, because now I can only tell you about that bootleg of that.
Yeah.
I can only tell you about that. Whereas now I'd like to do a vid on that and go, look at this crap that I used to watch, Dragons Forever. This is all I had at the time. And now they've got these Blu-rays. I can't do that. But that's because at the time I wasn't in the same headspace, right? I wasn't thinking, oh, I'll do a vid on that. Now, obviously, nothing gets dashed. That got dashed. And I had a load of, I'll grab some. Hold on a minute. I'll show you what I mean. Because I found some the other day that I've still got. But I haven't got many because I dashed them. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll show you some examples, Peter, right? Now, so one's like this.
Wow.
And you can see that's my bro's handwriting there. We would have got it translated because we didn't know what these films were. So some had the labels this way. And this one says Sunrise Video PTE Limited, Singapore. Okay.
And the title?
Yeah, title. Yeah, there you go. Now, these I'm getting from a vid shop in Shepherd's Bush, right? I'll just show you a few others. So there you go. This one is not Sunrise. This is SL Video. It says on about Impact Films, D&B Films, Shaw Organisation. Oh, Singapore again, right? I did say Singapore before, didn't I? And then they come, that was those ones, so vids in hard boxes. And then there were these ones as well.
Okay, I don't think I've seen.
In a little cardboard sleeve.
Okay, cardboard sleeve, yeah.
Right? So, I mean, I don't... Oh, this one's called In the Lap of God. That one's actually got it in English on it, right? Anyway, so I'll just show you a few more. So these cardboard sleeve ones, right? And then these ones in boxes. So those, we had loads of them. Now, I know where we got these titles translated. Did we do them all? Not all of them. This one's not done, but it didn't need doing because this one's called My Dear Son. So this one didn't need doing. And these were very hit and miss, as you can imagine, right? They weren't all kung fu. Some would be dramas, some would be comedies, some would be kung fu. There was definitely some Shaw Brothers and stuff in there. But those tapes were never brilliant. They were never good qual, but it did expose us to a lot more films. And, well, to be honest, I dashed them. I did find some more the other day. And that's why I have some still, right? But I went through them. And, you know, they were so grotty that the VHS player that I was playing them on was getting mashed up when it's playing them. It would, you know, it wouldn't clean. It would stay dirty. You know, I went through a few, I had quite a few VHS players, but, you know, to me, those vids actually ended up breaking a couple of them because they just couldn't get it to clean anymore, right? So I went through them. Yeah, I did bootleg some of them. I mean, obviously I backed them up to the computer, but at the same time, I was looking at them going, well, I don't know what this is. It's not needed. The qual is crap. However, I do not think like that. Now, look, I was in a very different headspace. I had to do something about the stuff. And there was a lot of them, and they were taking up a hell of a lot of space, and they were really heavy, right? So something had to get the chopping block. Now, I chose those. I wish I hadn't, right? If someone else told me, I'd go, well, just put them somewhere else. Put them in your mum and dad's. Put them in your brother's. Do something, but don't dash them. That's what I would say. But I dashed some, and I really regret it because, to me, not only are they part of history, they're part of my history, mine and my brother's history growing up watching them. You know, now I've got the story of us going down to Shepherd's Bush and buying these films off this fella in a video shop. But, I mean, I've got some evidence of it. I'm definitely not dashing these ones. But, you know, I really regret doing that, but I didn't have a purpose for them at the time, you know. Whereas now I go, oh, I shouldn't have done it. But you've done the same with VHSs. You dash.
I've done the same, yeah. I wish I did archive the stuff I've got now.
Yeah, at least, right?
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, how many? What did you do? Did you dash them or?
I gave some away. I dashed them. Also, I was in a different space back then too.
Same.
Yeah. So
same. So all right, that's just what happens. I'm sure there's many people that have done the same things. Look, pretty much I keep everything. Those stuff I didn't, but it's too late. There's no point going on about. It's a little bit. Look, here's the thing, right? It's a little bit depressing because that stuff is important to me. Obviously, wasn't that important. Otherwise, I wouldn't have dashed it. Now, it is important, right? Especially now I've got a channel and I can chat about these things. It's even more important to me. So that has actually made it worse that I've had to rethink about it and go, damn it, I wish I still had those. At the time, I didn't want to dash them, but something had to give. But the facts are the facts. And this is the same for you, right? They're just films. They're just videotapes. The fact I'm here chatting to you, real person, friends, family, they mean way more than those vid tapes. So I you know, they don't keep me up at night. But you know, it is a shame. But it's done now, isn't it? It's done.
It's done.
Did you keep any vids?
I've got a few. Not too many, probably about 10.
Okay. Were they 10 selected on purpose? Were they a particular 10? Or you just couldn't find them at the time, so they stayed?
One of them, Prodigal Son. Warriors 2, Leg Fighters. I'd have to dig them out, but
what versions? So you kept like Warriors 2 Prodigal Sons. Were they bootlegs, originals? What were they?
No, what is it called? Not Hong Kong Legends. Is it Hong Kong? No. Made in Hong Kong?
Made in Hong Kong, yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Not Leg Fighters, though. What about Leg Fighters? Was it the one with the red cover?
I think it was the red cover, because all I've got now is the tape. I think it's got red. What?
We dash the box.
Oh, the box. I don't know what
let's not torture ourselves with it.
Then again, I like what you do with TV and the VHS.
Right. Yeah. On the little shorts, yeah. Yeah. They're difficult to do, right? The first thing that's difficult to do is, as you know, with the lighting and everything, it's always different. So instead of capturing those films and then putting them on as they actually see, you know, the actual qual of it, I don't do that. And the reason I don't do that for those shorts is because I want to show that it's the real vid. This is how we used to view it. Yeah. You know, like a bit more real. And it's only a minute or whatever. But finding, you know what these films are like, they're brilliant, right? So finding, because by the time I've put the videotape in and whatever, probably finding anywhere between 30 and 40 seconds of the best bits or the bits I want to show of that film, that is hard, you know, because there's so much good bits that I have to kind of go, oh, I'll have that bit and this bit and that bit. But yeah, I like doing that. And again, it's just a way to generate shorts, which I don't do, and to utilize the VHS collection, isn't it, really? So yeah, I'll continue to do them, but everything just takes time.
Yeah.
But I will do them.
Also, what I like about your channel is that you like old school. You know, like old school kung fu.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's sort of lost now with this generation, sort of. I'm not saying all of them are like that, but quite a few. They're like there.
Well, yeah. Look, I appreciate that, Peter. Thanks very much for saying, and it's good that you know, we obviously have that connection through these films, and I agree that given the way things are at the moment with these, what do they call them, boutique Blu-rays? You know, as good as these things are, because they are highlighting these films, they are kind of bringing them back, but sometimes when it's not, it isn't the same. But it's also when you look. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, back again. I think they've cleaned them up too much.
Best comment. I love it. It's true though.
Too much. I like seeing a bit of, you know, like film grain.
Yeah, they make them look too glossy, don't they?
Glossy, yeah. It's just too much. You've got to put some grain in there. It's not the same.
Yeah, and it's not how. It's interesting, this stuff, because a lot of people think it's weird that, you know, we watch these vids and now there's all these Blu-rays. And of course I get these Blu-rays, not all of them, because they release way too many now. I just can't keep up with it. But I still want them. I still get them. But the truth is, you know, I'm never going to watch them as much as I watch those old vids. And I do like seeing them in widescreen more than the pan and scan, because obviously I'm seeing more of the film. When I was a kid or growing up, it never bothered me that they were crushed into my telly, because I didn't know there was any difference. So now it's nice to see them in widescreen. But as for the qual, I mean, yeah, I like it, but it isn't adding as much as I thought it would add.
Right.
You know?
I enjoyed, you know, the Mystery of Chess Boxing from Eureka, how they've got the hard-coded subtitles, English and Chinese. Yeah. I really enjoyed that. And you can see the specs in the film, you know, in certain bits. I think they've done a good job on that. I really enjoyed that film.
Yeah, I mean, how weird is that, right? Someone will listen to that and go, it's got specs and grit, and yet he's saying they've done a really good job on the film. But I like that, because, like you say, we're coming from a different angle. So some of these people that are doing these channels now and they're just unboxing Blu-rays and stuff, yeah, it's okay. But a lot of these times, that's the first time they're seeing these films. That is not a bad thing, to bring those films to new audiences, but they don't have a connection with the films like we do. So them just going, this is brilliant, it's widescreen, it's good quality, here's the artwork, this, that, and the other. That's all well and good. But I often get these films and have quite heavy criticism of it. I often wonder who they make them for, because I don't feel like they make them for the original fans. I don't.
Definitely not.
See, you feel the same, right?
I feel the same, because I believe they're making them for people who've got like OLEDs and, is it OLED TVs?
Yeah.
You know, to make it look nice and shiny on your new 4K TV.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely.
There's lots of ways you can tell that, you know, one of the first things is, you know, as soon as I get one, I have a look at the cover and what they've done with the cover. And as much as I like these, you know, someone doing an interpretation and doing a new drawing, that's what's heroed. So, for example, if you get the slipcase version, you've got no choice now but to have that slipcase version, and the new artwork, if you like, is on display. And I go, well, I don't need new artwork. Look at those posters behind you. Those two films have artwork already. Original artwork that is absolutely amazing. I can see them now. They're both amazing. They're still amazing. If they're like, they haven't aged, they haven't dated. They were good drawings then, and they are good drawings now, right? They still look amazing. Then somebody else, and I don't mind this, somebody else does do it, and then they whack it on the slipcover, and you go, yeah, but I don't want to dash the slipcover away. I want that. But where there's already a cover and artwork for this film, and they don't promote that enough. They again promote the new, and I want that. Now they've learned, they've got better at it. They then give you a reversible sleeve, right?
Yeah.
And I think to myself, okay, reversible sleeve, but the slip's still covering it. But okay, give me a reversible sleeve. And then sometimes you reverse the sleeve, and they won't have made a proper cover out of it. So it won't have the, I don't know, the logos, certifications, the screenshot. It will just have a one big picture and then like the poster on the front. I'll go, yeah, but this now doesn't look like a true cover. So sometimes they've been all right, but other times I've gone, you've messed this up. So there was another one. I think I'm getting the right one, but there was that Sammo Hung box set with Eastern Condors, Iron Fisted Monk. What's the other one? Do you remember? I can't remember.
Iron Fisted Eastern Condors and the Magnificent Butcher.
Okay, right. Now that box set, obviously a brilliant box set. But first off, I don't want them in. I want 3 separate DVDs, Blu-rays, right? I don't want 3 in one box. And then when I opened it up, I thought, it's impossible, guys. You can't please me here. I know you can't, because they don't have individual covers. Now, they could please me. They could just put in that one sleeve, in that one box, 3 individual covers, but they didn't. They didn't. They just gave me an amalgamation, like a mix-up. So nothing could please me, because I just went, well, one day I can. Well, first off, I've got the slipcover covering everything up. That's the first thing, which has got the 3 films on it. It says nothing. It just tells me there's a box set. If I get rid of that slipcover and go, right, okay, now I want the individual films, they're not individual, so I can't look at them individually. I've got to chop and change the covers, and I can't remember, because I won't grab it, but I can't remember exactly. But I do remember not being pleased with any of them, going no, no, and no. That's just, you know. And don't get me wrong, somebody else might get that and go brilliant, or I don't care, I just want the films in qual. But I'm not asking them to make films for me. I'm not asking them that, right? They didn't have to make films for me. But what I will say is, I watched and got them at the time. Given my age, you started watching them at the cinema. Well, I didn't, right? Because I was too young for the late night stuff. But when I got to see them, whether it be at those Eastern Hero screenings at the Scala and stuff, or on vid or whatever, or on DVD or on VHS, I bought them and I watched them over and over again. So I'm the core. People like me and you are the core fan base. We are the audience. And then when it comes to promoting these new films, and they keep saying, we're trying to bring this stuff to new audiences. Okay, fine. You're trying to bring it to new audiences. Maybe you'll pick up some new fans along the way. I don't want these films buried. Of course, I want new people to see these films. No problem. However, the one thing you can guarantee is that me and you will buy these new Blu-rays, whether we think they're better or not. We will get them. So we are the core audience. And I just get them sometimes and go, and you've tried to please somebody else who
Yeah.
probably won't get it, who probably doesn't care. So then you end up pleasing no one.
Like you say, sometimes these films have got like new dubbing on it with the English.
Oh, mate, the worst, right? The worst. Can't deal with it. I mean, literally unwatchable. I can't watch any new dubs. Can't watch them because I've got the original one in my head. I can watch it subtitled. I can watch it in Cantonese, Mandarin, no problem. You know, their original languages. I can do that. But to me, that English dub is the original English dub. Now they've cottoned on to that, right? They now call it classic English dub. So someone somewhere, some fan has told them, look, you can't be doing that. And they tend to not do it. Or I can't remember which film, but one of them had, maybe more than one of them. One definitely had a new dub and the original dub on the same disc. So they now have cottoned on to that and gone, all right, you know, people want this original dub, I guess, if it's available. And I don't like being too ignorant with these things, right? There could be many number of reasons why they don't have the version that we like and this, that, and that. There could be loads of reasons. Whether it
I think I know what film you're talking about.
Oh, do you? All right.
No, I'm going to mention it, but we've mentioned it on the WhatsApp group quite a few times.
Okay. Yeah. Well, one original dub, one film that's on Drunken Master.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that one. But if that had the new dub and the original dub on it, I'd accept that and go, brilliant. You know, new dub or whatever. But if they're putting a new dub on it because the old dub is inappropriate for modern times, let's just say that's the reason. Because I don't know. Let's just say it is. It says stuff that's not appropriate for these days. Well, guess what? It was 1978. The film was made then, and that is all there is to it. If you don't like that, then do not watch it. That is the film. Don't change and rewrite history. That is the film. I don't want a new version. So if a kid or a 20-year-old picks up Drunken Master and they find the old dub, I don't know, inappropriate or offensive, no worries. Put it back in the box. Don't watch it or don't buy it in the first place, right? Whatever it is, it don't matter because who are you offending? So you're going to please a very small percentage of people and then upset us who are going to be there no matter what. No matter how many times they bring that film out, we'll get it. No matter how many times. But these other people, if they're not into it, they'll get bored. So it just annoys me. It's the same as Snake and Eagle's Shadow. I love animals. I do not want to, one of the things I don't like about old traditional Kung Fu films is every now and then you'll get a scene that's got some animal stuff in it that I never liked, even when I was young, and I still don't like. But I know how to fast forward. I've grown up like you with watching these films cut and censored with bits missing all the time. That's what I've grown up with. Now they're modern day and they go, this was an 18 and now we're going to make it a 15 because, I don't know, times have changed and the way people see things have changed, which already, I don't want to get into that because I already don't like that, right? But then you put it on and go, but, you know, it's uncut and this, that, and the other, and this is the full version. This is how it's meant to be seen. Widescreen, amazing qual, this, that, and the other. You put it on, and then that bit, you know, with the cat and the snake is cut. Now, I don't like watching that scene, but I can fast forward it. You cut it, and I'm sitting there going, well, this is now incomplete. This is now not the exquisite final version. This is still, where's my vid? Right? And it shouldn't be like that because you've now told me we're done. I'm going to stick on Snake and Eagle Shadow. I press play on it and it has the intro, the Seraphim Karalexis, red, yellow, dun, 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 the one I grew up with. It has that on there. And I go, you know, guys, you know this is the one. Hang on a minute. That's just the intro, though. Let me press play on the film. It's got the original English dub. You know, guys, thanks, man. You're the best. And then it has the original soundtrack. Down, ba down, 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 ba down, down. Not crap. Not crap. Brilliant. But now I've got the right dubbing. I've got the wrong soundtrack. In my opinion, the wrong soundtrack. So I look at it and go, I love this film. It's top 3, one of my favorites. And I go, but I can't. I want to watch it widescreen. I want to watch it qual, but I can't because something ain't quite right for me. I appreciate this is not easy for them, given the genre that they're doing. These films are weird, right? Loads of different versions. I get it's difficult, but I can only take it from my point of view that Snake and Eagle Shadow, as good as that version is when I put it in, I go, brilliant, it's still not it for me. I still don't go, I've got the perfect Snake and Eagle Shadow. I don't. I don't know what you think. I don't.
What do I think? I usually watch it with subtitles because when first time I saw Snake and Eagle Shadow, I watched it with Warriors 2 at the Eldon Holloway. And I'm sure that night they were both in Chinese with subtitles.
No, well, there you go. So that's how you remember those films.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. So you're not fussed about the English dub then, right? You don't need it to be the original dub because to you, the original would be Cantonese, probably in this instance. Yeah. There you go. So you'd be all right with that version. I mean, I'm guessing you don't want the animal bit cut.
What's this? I prefer, like you say, I prefer to get the full uncut version. It's what it is really, but yeah.
I get why it's cut. I get it. I get why. I told you I don't like that scene. But look, stop censoring things on my behalf. Yeah, I can fast forward it. I can choose not to watch that scene. Maybe not the very first time I've seen it. That's a thing, right? It's for someone who is watching the film for the first time that may not like that there's some animal cruelty stuff in there. That's what it is. But because I've seen it hundreds of times, I know it's coming. I can just fast forward that.
Yeah.
So it ain't for me then. It's for someone who's seen it for the first time ever. I know I can dodge that scene if I want. So I don't, even though I like that it's cut and I don't want to promote that kind of stuff, it shouldn't, you can't, just don't make decisions for me. Do not make decisions for me. Give me the film. I'll choose not to show it to my kid. I'll choose not to watch that scene. That's it. Give me the film is the film. It's of a time. It's of a time.
Of a time.
You know? And then I watch, sorry, go on. I got another one, but go on.
I think that's what Marlon does and all. He's shown quite a few films where he's warned people. It's got these sort of scenes in it. So he's warned them beforehand.
Right.
I think he's done that with Iron Fisted Monk with the certain scenes.
I remember. Yeah. Yeah, I remember the scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was still in there. I hate that scene as well, by the way. I don't like that. That's it. Listen, I'm watching a Kung Fu film. I don't need to watch that scene, right? So I choose to not watch that scene. As a matter of fact, I've got a couple of versions of that. I think I've got about 3 versions of that film. And one of them, so the Hong Kong Deltamac DVD of that scene is actually cut there as well. And that would have been the one I watched the most at the time. So when I saw the new version, when it had that scene in its entirety, or what I believe is in entirety, I was like, bloody hell, this scene is worse than I ever thought. But I was still happy for it to be there. I still want to know Sammo Hung's original plan and concept for this film. I still want to know it. Whether I like it or not is a different matter. I still need to know what he wanted. So I don't like him making decisions for me. I watched that film. What was it? I think it was Encounters of the Spooky Kind. Not Dead and Deadly. Yeah, I think it's Encounters of the Spooky Kind. And so that's got a new Blu-ray as well. I was watching that, and it's in the bang, chicken's head off, right? And I looked at that and went, so real chicken's head off, but we can't have the snake and the cat fighting? What is it? What is it, guys? Or did no one watch this one? Did no one watch this one and find that scene?
Maybe
this one slipped through the net. What happened?
The sensor's day off.
Sensors. Now I know what happened. It was the sensor's day off.
Or you know them people who do VAR.
Sorry?
You know football VAR.
Oh. No, I don't know it.
You're always making mistakes. You know VAR in football.
I don't. I'm not a football guy, so I don't. But go on, explain it to me. Tell me. No, tell me.
Okay. When there's sometimes the referee might make a wrong decision or miss a decision.
Okay.
Then there's got like 3 people up in like a room somewhere with like, you know, like TV screens. they'll look at the decision and relay it back to the referee. Oh, you've missed this. Can you go and look at the screen? Because I've got a screen on the side of the football pitch.
Right. Replay. We can just check the replay.
Yeah, replay. So we'll go look at the replay, and 90% of the time he changes his mind. Then again, you also get that 10%. So it was their day off. They weren't there.
Yeah. The 10% sticks to their guns, right? Don't want to be made a fool of or whatever. And they go, no. The decision's made. Yeah. I mean, that was confusing for me. Yeah, different labels that released them, but so what? It's still the same censorship company that I don't know. Maybe that's through the net.
In the 80s, it was the BBFC or something like that.
That's right. Yeah.
They used to cut all those no chucks. Fist of Fury, no chucks.
Nothing. Yeah.
I think even with Enter the Dragon, you had like a stick instead of chuckers. Nunchuckers.
That's on the poster.
Yeah, on the poster, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they put a stick there instead. Yeah. I mean, a stick's pretty bad, isn't it? Right? A weapon's a weapon. I mean, yeah, of course there's varying degrees of weapon, but yeah, I mean, a stick is bad. But I guess that means that then when I watched it, if it was the nunchucks on the poster, I'd go, why is there only nunchucks on the poster? There's no nunchucks in the film.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I knew about nunchucks because Uncle Peter's video that had Enter the Dragon on it, I don't know why, it had the nunchucks in it. So I always knew Enter the Dragon had that. So when that came out and, you could see it for real BBFC version, I was like, ain't got the Uncle Peter nunchucks scene in it. But all the other Bruces, I didn't know. I watched them oblivious until I started to get my eyes open to it more and started to see it and go, bloody hell, Way of the Dragon, right? Double nunchucks. None of it was there. None of it was there.
How I got to know about Bruce Lee was, I don't know if you remember this program called The World of Sport with Dickie Davis.
Well, I remember the program, but I was never into sport, so I knew of it. It was on in the house, but I never watched it.
Well, they showed clips of Bruce Lee or Enter the Dragon on The World of Sport.
Really?
And that was like my first introduction to Bruce Lee.
What do you think? What's the connection there then to show Bruce Lee on a sport program?
Oh,
why would they do that? I wonder. Seems weird.
I'm sure someone who's going to watch this podcast, they might know, or they might have seen the same thing.
Yeah,
it's probably late 70s, 79, 78. I saw that there, that segment.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Maybe someone can tell us why they would actually show Bruce Lee on World of Sport. Maybe there was just a fan there who put Bruce on there. But it's good. A very interesting way to be exposed to Bruce Lee. That not heard that one before.
Yeah, that's how I was first exposed to Bruce Lee. And late night, when I used to go late night, I used to just get dragged there by like older people. I didn't really first like it when I first saw it, to tell you the truth. Then it sort of like grew on me.
All right.
I was actually dragged there.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm glad they did.
Well, I'm looking at the timer here. I don't want to get into late night because that's going to have its own.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's going to have its own thing. So, I mean, we can leave this one here and we'll just do another one because obviously I do want to chat to you about late night and stuff. Okay. And I'm kind of happy with that. We don't want to make things too long because I'll sit here for ages doing chats. I will. I've only just begun. So
and I'm glad you sort of carried me through.
Okay.
Because I don't think I could I don't know. I don't think I can talk as much as some of you ever guessed.
Well, listen, that's fine. I'm sure you'll warm up to it, and you've definitely got lots to say. That's for sure. It's just about prying it out of you, right? It's in there. It's in there, right? So what we'll do, we'll leave this one here, and we'll do another one if that's all right.
I'm not sure if I said thanks for letting me on your show. I know I'm a little bit nervous, so
mate.
Thank you.
You're. Now listen. I appreciate that. Was nice. Very heartfelt. No problem. I appreciate you even saying that. So yeah, thanks for saying that, Peter. You know, it shows a lot about you. But you know, I know you're like that. But yes, nice heartfelt message. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, no problem. Obviously, anytime. And I'm going to have you on straight away again anyway, because I ain't finished with you yet.
That's good.
All right.
Can I say one quick thing?
Yeah, of course.
Are you really be at the next screening?
Yeah, I'm planning to be at that one, Magnificent Butcher. Yeah.
That's my, as I said, that's my second favorite film.
Okay. Well, we'll discuss the screening on the next one upcoming. It's upcoming, so we'll sort of promote that as well, that it's upcoming and the date and everything. So, all right. So stick around, don't go, and we'll do another one. But we'll leave that one there, and we'll do a new one. Yeah. So thanks, Peter. I'll speak to you in a bit. Yeah. Thanks very much for coming on, mate. I'll speak to you in a minute. Nice one, mate. See you later.
This is great. Entertaining. Good.